So you can have your feet a little bit wider than your knees and let them fall into each other. Your arms can go wherever you like. I personally like how it feels to have them above. So I get more of a stretch on the front body and certainly through my chest. But if that doesn't feel great for you, then you can always bring your arms along the side of your body. Oh, that might be her now.
Oh.
Okay. So once you get comfortable, whether your arms are above your head or along the side of your body, you're going to focus on your breath. You're breathing in and out through your nose. Breathing in from the belly, guiding the breath into the ribs, and lastly, all the way up to the chest. Hold it and then exhale fully through the nose. Just allowing your body a few moments here to relax and just connect. So as I mentioned, the pose we're working up to today is called Ardha Matsya. Wait a minute. Yes, wait. it's Ardha Pincha Mayurasana. Getting my Sanskrit words mixed up. So it's Dolphin pose, which is a forearm balancing pose. It is a preparatory pose into forearm stand, but of course, as I said, you don't have to go into forearm stand at all. You can just feel the strength of your body in the dolphin pose or Ardha Pincha Mayurasana. So continuing with your deep breathing. So just separate your knees without moving your feet. And you're just going to move the knees off to the side. Doesn't matter which side you go to, because we're going to twist in both directions. So let them come all the way down to the ground. And you can look in the opposite direction from your knees to your knees. Go ahead and lift the knees back up to center and then allow them to move over to the other side. Go ahead and bring your knees back up to center. Now bring them into the chest, moving into wind relieving pose. So you're hugging your knees really strongly into the chest. You will feel your lower back on the mat, but I want you to just lift the lower back off just a bit as you continue to pull your knees into your chest. Release the hold on your knees, and you're just going to stack the knees over your hips and try to keep the heels in line with your knees. If your lower back is feeling a bit tender, you can always bring the knees in a bit closer to your chest, but try to separate the knees so they're in line with your hips. And bring the arms either down by the side of the body and press the palms in. You're going to alternate tapping your toes down to the mat. So you take an inhale, exhale, tap the right toe down, try not to change the angle at the knee, and exhale, bring it back up, and go ahead and change sides. So you're just alternating. You should feel your belly working really hard. You can press the lower back into the mat, or you can keep the lower back off and work a little bit harder, maintaining a neutral spine. The choice is yours. But again, if you're taking care of your lower back, imprinting the spine or letting the lower back rest on the mat is going to be better for you. So let's go for 10 more of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees back up. You're going to lower your chin a little bit towards your chest. Lift your head and shoulders up. Interlace your fingers and hold your head lightly in the hands. So you're not pulling on the back of the head or pulling your chin to your chest. You're keeping space between the chin and the chest. So you're going to continue with the toe taps, but now you're going to add rotation. So take a huge inhale. As you exhale and tap the left toe down to the mat, I want you to twist to the right. Inhale, come back up to center, and exhale, twist to the left. Do not put the head and shoulders down. Keep the head and shoulders lifted. So off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back to center, straighten your legs out, flex the ankles, push through the ball and heel of your feet, squeeze your legs together, pull the belly in, press the lower back into the mat, and guide your elbow, protract through the shoulder blades, and guide your elbows up towards the ceiling. Really pull the belly and hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bend the knees, head and shoulders down, bring the knees into the chest only for a moment. You're going to roll up from here and move into boat pose Navasana with the legs straight and the ankles flexed, just as we were lying down, okay? So take a big breath in, exhale, you can place the hands to the back of the thighs, push the thighs into the hands, and roll yourself up. Balancing on the sitting bones or just behind them. Lift the heels up, hands to the back of the head, push the elbows forward, protract, and now straighten out the legs. Squeeze and hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Cross the ankles, pull the heels close to your bum, roll over your shins, and come onto your hands and knees. Fingers are spreading nice and wide. Tucking the toes under, knees back to hips distance. Take an inhale, extend the right foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the knee towards the forehead for sunbird. Inhale, extend again. And exhale, round your spine. So think of your cat-cow, just adding this movement of the leg. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Now bring the knee to the forehead, round the spine as much as you can, hold the belly really in, nice and tight, hold it here, and release the knee to the floor. Second side. Inhale, lift the foot up to the ceiling as you move the heart forward and the gaze up to the ceiling, and exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Last one here, lift. And I'll bring the knee into the forehead, hold it here around the spine, a little bit of protraction through the shoulders, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. You can keep the feet, the legs hips distance, but untuck your toes and just sit back into extended child's pose. You can walk the hands a little bit further forward. So your arms are super long, but without letting your shoulder blades move the shoulders up towards the ears. So you want to keep the shoulder blades stable on the back of your rib cage. Keep breathing deeply and fully. From here, we're moving into the modified half series, and we're going to pause in the chaturanga. When you go to lower yourself into the chaturanga from the plank, I want you to focus on squeezing your biceps. You really feel the biceps working, okay? And when you're pushing yourself back up, focus on your triceps. So from here, arms are long, fingers spread wide. Take your inhale, lift the gaze, and pull yourself forward into that kneeling plank position. Biceps are spiraling forward. Exhale, think about squeezing the biceps as you lower yourself into your chaturanga. Squeeze the triceps as you push yourself back up to the plank, and then sit back into your extended child's pose. Try not to move your hands out of position. Keep them planted. Inhale, pull yourself forward again. Exhale, lower into the chaturanga, pause. Inhale, push back up, pause. Exhale, sit back. Let's go again. Inhale, move forward, kneeling plank, hug into the midline. Exhale, chaturanga, pause. Inhale, kneeling plank, pause. Exhale, back to extended child's pose. Two more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, pause. Inhale, push back up to the plank, pause. Exhale, back into the extended child's pose. Good stuff. Let's go for one more. Inhale, draw yourself forward, shoulders back, elbows are drawing back, lower into the chaturanga, press back up. Pause here. Curl your toes under. Take a big breath in. Exhale, squeeze the bum legs and just lift the knees off for a few inches for leg pull, front hold. Hold it here, nice long spine. Squeeze everything. Pull the belly and see if you can get your navel to touch your spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift all the way up, and exhale into your downward facing dog. You can march it out here if you like. Pushing the heels down towards the mat, feeling the stretch along the back of your legs. Just check in with your arms and the hands for a minute. Just make sure that you're not putting all of your weight into that heel part of the hand, but you're connected to the bridge and the pads of your fingers. Come to stillness in your downward dog. Shift the weight into the left foot. Inhale, bring the right leg up for three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step your right foot to the right hand. Once you get your right foot in place, let the left knee rest. You're going to keep the fingertips down and hold it here in a nice deep lunge. Draw the shoulder blades back and down and pull the heart forward. Draw the right hip back and now squeeze your inner thighs strongly in towards each other. Pull the navel into the spine. So for this pose, Ardha Pinchamaya, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm getting this name so muddled up today. Let's call it Dolphin. You need strong core, strong shoulders, open hips and hamstrings. So this is what we're working towards. Take an inhale here, and on the exhale, moving into Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Just shift the hips back, straightening out the right knee. Now the right knee doesn't have to be absolutely straight. You can leave a teeny tiny bend in it. And then lift the toes off, if you like, and move the hips back as the chest moves forward. If you have blocks, hands to blocks is really helpful here, or shoebox or books. anything like that will be helpful here if you don't have actual blocks. The next inhale is going to take you back to the lunge, and the exhale is going to take you into a twist. So inhale back into the lunge. Exhale, take the left elbow across and bring your hands into prayer. Now be mindful of what's happening with the right hip. It tends to want to stick out to the right, so you're going to pull it back and then hug it in. Move the right shoulder blade back, slide it down, and maybe you can lift up the chest a little bit more and get a little bit deeper into your rotation. Hold it. Inhale to unwind. Exhale, plant the hands to the floor. Float the left knee. Step back. Downward facing dog. You can shift the hips from side to side here. And then let's move on to the second side. Shifting the weight into the right foot. Inhale, bring the left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot to your left leg. Rest your right knee down once you get it in place. Coming up onto the fingertips or your blocks or books. Water bottles can be handy as well, just to give you a little bit of support. Left hip is drawing back, chest is moving forward. Squeeze the butt, inner thighs are in. I see how my right heel wants to get lazy and flop up to the side. Imagine there is a block there, and you want to squeeze the inner shin into that block so the heel stays pointing up. Take your inhale, exhale, shifting into your half split, your half monkey split. Straighten out your left knee. Any degree here will do. You stop when you feel you're getting enough of a stretch. Left hip, most likely is hiking up. If it is, draw it back and then down. Move your chest forward. The more you can think about sending the hips back and your chest to move forward, the deeper the stretch, without even having to straighten out your knee a whole lot. But make sure you're not leaning off to one side. Try to keep your weight centered and the torso in the middle of the leg, not letting yourself lean off to one side or the next. Your next inhale takes you back to the lunge. Your exhale, you can bring the right elbow across. If that didn't feel super great, you can choose to take this option here, but I find you get a much deeper twist. You bring the elbow across, rest it on the top of the thigh. Left elbow is going to be nice and high. Draw the left shoulder blade back to the middle of the spine, then slide it down. Suck the belly in, twist from below the belly button all the way up towards your chest. And then look over to your left. Hold it here. You can inhale, slowly start to unwind. Exhale, hands to the floor. Float the right knee, and you're going to step the right foot forward to the top of your mat, moving into a forward fold. Feet are going to be at hips distance here with the toes pointing straight forward. Take an inhale and slowly start to reverse swan dive all the way up. Arms can sweep around and up if the space you're in will let you. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a big breath in, extend your arms around and up. And exhale, hinge out your hips, come into your forward fold. Inhaling into your flat back or monkey. Monkey palms will come to the shins, and exhale to fold. Plant the hands or the fingertips and step your right foot way to the back of the mat. You can rest the knee down or keep the knee off, it's up to you. Sweep your upper body and arms up. From here, exhale into downward facing dog or take extended child's pose. Inhale into your plank, full plank or kneeling. Exhale into the chaturanga, pause. This time come all the way down. Reach the arms alongside the body. Take your inhale and lift the upper body and legs up for locust. Slowly lower back down, plant the hands by the chest. Push yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Right foot to right hand. Left knee can rest or not, upper body and arms lift. Fingertips to the floor, step your left foot forward into your fold. Rise all the way up to a standing position. And sit back into chair. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps to the back of the mat, lunge pose, kneeling or full. Arms lift. Planting your palms to the floor, taking down dog or extended child's pose. Inhale, plank. Knees can rest. Chaturanga, pause. Come all the way down. Reach the arms alongside the body. Lift up, reach the crown and the heart in opposite direction from the toes and fingers. And release. Push yourself through the kneeling plank to your dog. Left foot to left hand. Rest the right knee if you wish, and then bring the arms up. Fingertips to the floor, right foot steps forward, fold. Push down strongly into the feet, reverse swan dive all the way up to a standing position. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let's go again. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, hinge out your hips and come into a nice deep fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back, lunge pose. By now, you know to modify if you need to. Downward facing dog. Plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Come all the way down. Take your locust. Slowly lower. Push yourself to your plank and then your dog. Float your right leg up for three-legged dog. Step the right foot to the right hand. And then sweep the upper body and arms up. Fingertips to the floor. Step the left foot forward, fold. Rise up to stand. Sit back, chair. Last time on the left side. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, lunge. Downward dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Come all the way down. Take your locust. Release locust. Push yourself through the plank to the dog. Left foot to left hand. Upper body, arms lift. Fingertips to the floor. Right foot steps forward, fold. Rise all the way up. Sit back into Utkatasana, chair. Inhale, Urdhva Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause here. Take a moment. If you need to wipe your brow or take a sip of water, have it. Good. All right. So you're at the top of your mat. Just check to make sure that your feet are at hips distance. And your toes are pointing straight forward to the top of the mat, creating that lovely number 11s with the feet. Take an inhale and circle your arms around and up. Bring the palms to meet and exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, come into your halfway lift or monkey. And exhale to fold. Want you to bend your knees as much as necessary to get both your palms down. And when you plant the palms down, you want the wrists to be underneath the shoulders. So press into the finger pads and the bridge of the hand and step back to plank pose. Okay, lock the shoulders in. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Pull the navel into the spine. Try to get it to touch. And then pull your ribs in. Super strong planks here. Shift the weight into the left. Float the right leg off. Do not lift the butt, just lift the leg. Hold your three-legged plank and hug that leg into the midline. Hold it. Big breath in. Exhale, push up into three-legged dog. Do not open the hip. See if you can resist. Take an inhale, bring the right leg up higher. Exhale, step the right foot to the right hand. Okay, once you've got your lunge, slowly inhale, lift all the way up. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So, right hip is moving back for now. You're holding yourself. Lift the left inner thigh up and hold it here. From here, we're moving into Garudasana, eagle pose. Just gonna face you for a spell. So you're here. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, transfer the weight into the right leg. Bring the left leg and cross it over your right. Now notice how my knee is pulling my hip over to my right. Draw the left hip back. Okay? Now take your left arm and wrap it underneath your right. Hold your eagle. Press your palms into each other. Move your elbows towards me. And that action, you should feel your shoulder blades separate. Now lift the elbows up. Hold eagle. Keep squeezing the left leg over the right. Try to separate your elbows a little bit, but keep pressing the palms into each other. Hold it, breathe. I want you to stay in this chair type position you're in. Unwrap the left leg and step it to the back of your mat for a lunge. Okay, from here, you're going to unravel. You're going to actually, not yet, drop the back heel down and move into warrior two base. So from the waist down is warrior two, you're still in your eagle arms. Take a huge inhale here, and as you exhale, spread your wings. Open up into warrior two. Just open and close your shoulders a little bit here. Couple of circles. Good. Keep the right palm to face up. You're moving into reverse warrior. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, reverse. Now, if you feel you can go deeper, you can bring your right thigh so it's parallel to the earth. Bring it to much deeper reverse warrior here. Check in with the right shoulder. Make sure you're not letting it creep up to the air. Draw it back and down. And rest the left hand lightly on the back leg or move it to the right hip crease. Inhale into warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the front of your mat. Turn the left heel to face up. Walk the hands forward and transfer the weight into the right leg. Float the left leg up for standing splits. Now, usually you want to open up the left hip here, but I want you to turn the left leg inward to keep the toes pointing down. Take an inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, see if you can hinge and pull yourself deeper into the standing splits. If you want to try you can take the right hand and take the forearm and cup it around the back of the right calf muscle. Fingers will be pointing down to the ankle. Take an inhale and exhale. Use that to give you a little bit of leverage to pull you deeper into your fold. Hold it wherever you're at. Fingers can stay on the floor or try the single hand grip. One more inhale. As you exhale, release the bind if you did bind. Bend the right knee. Rest the left toe softly. You got to walk your hands back so the wrists are under the shoulders and take yourself back into downward facing dog. You have the option to take a break here or flow. If you're going to flow, you're moving your body forward into a plank, lower into your chaturanga, take upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhale, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good. From downward facing dog, roll your body forward once again into a plank. Strong planks, shoulders locked in place, glutes are active, legs are active, belly's drawing in. Check the hands, they're planted and strong as well. Shift the weight into the right leg, float the left leg up. Try not to lift the butt up when you do this. Okay, you don't want it coming up. You want to stay in that plank position. Big breath in, exhale, hold, squeeze the left inner thigh in, hold it there. Huge inhale, exhale, lift up into three-legged dog. Big breath in, see if you can lift the left leg up even higher. And now as you exhale, step the left foot to the left hand. Find your base and stability here in your lunge before you bring the upper body up. When you do, hands to heart. You're going into your eagle pose on the second side. So get ready, transferring the weight into the left foot and leg. Sweep the right knee up and now cross it over your left thigh. And when you do, hook it on there. Hook it in place. And then draw the right hip back a little bit if you need to. Just check. You'll notice if the right hip is moving forward. If it is, just draw it back. Right arm now wraps underneath the left. You can choose to hug yourself or go for the full double wrap. Lower the left shoulder a little bit. Move the elbows away from your chest and then move them up and hold your eagle here. Very slowly uncross your right leg, reach to the back of your mat. Pivot on the ball of the right foot to drop the heel down and open up into warrior two, but don't open the arms yet. Okay. Take a big breath in and now exhale. You will slowly unwrap the arms up to shoulder height. Turning your left palm to face up, take your inhale and exhale, reverse your warrior, keeping the left shoulder in place, try not to let it elevate. Right hand to that leg or to the left hip crease. Getting ready to transition into our standing splits. So inhale into your warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, pick up your right heel, turn your toes forward. Walk the hands further forward, hop the right foot in. Transfer the weight into the left leg, and now float the right leg up. So you can pause here in a supported warrior three. Take an inhale, the spine is long. When you exhale, pull the belly in, lead with the heart, and fold deeply into your standing splits. You can stay here with the hands down, Or take the left arm and wrap it around the back of the left calf. And if you want to challenge your balance further, take the right hand and cup that over the left. Take a big breath in, exhale, see if you can lift the right leg up higher. Use the butt, squeeze it to lift, and the inner thigh. Whoops, hold it here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Look down at the spot in front of your toes of the left foot. One more inhale, last exhale. If you held on to the leg, drop the hands, bend the left knee, lower the right toes to the floor. Walk your hands back and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog or your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 inhales and exhales here. You can choose to take them in downward dog or child's pose. I'm opting for child's pose. Take a big breath in. Hold it. Big breath out. Big breath in. Hold it. Big breath out. Big breath in. Hold it. Big breath out. If you're in child's pose like I am, make your way back to downward facing dog. So we're moving knee to forehead, and we're adding a little push up once we get the knee to the forehead. Okay, so I can show you first if you like. So from downward facing dog, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, bring the knee into the forehead. Push up and sweep it back up. Knee to the forehead, push up and back up. We're going to do that 3 times. So I take it for granted that my arms are really long. So maybe don't bring the knee to your forehead. Maybe just bring the knee to the center line. Do the push up and then back up. That doesn't work. Bring the knee to the tricep. Do the push up and come back up. Either way, you've got 3 to do. So you've got lots of variations. Do 3. Come back to 3-legged dog. And then step the right foot to the top of the mat by your right hand. Good. Oops, turn around. Once you've got that, come on up. So the left arm is going to reach up. You're going to pat yourself on the back with the left hand. We're going into a bind here. So if you know your right arm cannot internally rotate and bind with the left, grab a hold of your shirt. Okay? So cow face arms, go Mukasana arms, and a lunge. So you're pulling the shirt in opposite directions. Hold that here. Now, I want, if your head is tucking in, if your chin is tucking into the chest because of the arm, I want you to push the back of your head into the arm so you open up the shoulders. Okay? You're not going to let the arm win. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, pivot on the ball of the left foot. Drop your heel. Open up to Warrior 2 with your Gomukhasana arms. Take an inhale. Slowly release the arms into the Warrior 2. Exhale, straighten out the right knee. Move into Trikonasana. Triangle pose. So for this purpose today, in our Trikonasana, if you are touching the floor with your fingertips, take your hand to the outside of your leg. Only for today. But if you're not and you have a block, take the block to the outside. If you're using your shin as your prop, keep your hand on your shin, okay? From here, we're going to side angle. So you're going to bend the right knee, scooch the block a little bit further forward. And I'll sweep the left arm around. You're going to reach the left arm way to the front of the mat And then you're gonna roll the left shoulder onto your right. You can keep using your block because from here we're going into Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. If you don't have a block, it's okay. You can still do this. One more inhale. Last exhale here. So take the left hand to the left hip. So for Ardha Chandrasana, I just want you to hop your left foot in a little bit first to shorten your stance. You're going to move your right hand to the upper right hand corner. The idea is that when you shift your body weight forward to stand on the right leg, the right shoulder stacks over the right wrist. So from here, you're going to transfer the weight into the right leg and the right hand. And then you're going to push the left leg away from you. Roll the shoulder and the hip onto each other. You may be able to turn your gaze from looking down at the floor to look straight ahead. Maybe even able to look straight up towards the ceiling. That's going to challenge your balance the most. Keep reaching the heel. Well, let me not worry your head with that. Just try to hold yourself here in this pose. Bend the right knee just a smidge. But keep squeezing and kicking that left foot away from you, and keep pushing the floor away from you as well. Hold it, breathe. You want to feel your outer left hip working here to keep your left leg up. One more inhale, last exhale. So from here, bend the right knee, rest the left foot carefully. Better than I did. Draw the right hand back. You can move the block out of your way. And you're going to pick up the back heel, turn your toes to face forward. Plant your palms. You should all be in a low lunge. Step back, downward facing dog. Take the rest or flow. Yogi's choice. Once you've flowed, come back to your downward facing dog. And you're going to go ahead and do 3 of whichever variation of that knee to forehead, knee to chest, knee to tricep push-up combo. 3 times. Off we go. Left leg lifts. Left knee to tricep, chest, or forehead. Push up. And back up to 3-legged dog. Shift forward. Push up. And back up. Last one. Push up. 3-legged dog. Step the left foot to the left hand. Good. Come on up. Right arm is reaching up and you're patting yourself on the back because you're awesome. Left arm is going to reach around behind you and either bind. I can bind on this side, but the other side needs a little help. So if you're binding, it's a monkey grip that you're going for. Okay? The fingers are grabbing and you're pulling them apart. If you cannot bind, grab your shirt or use your towel. But let the head push the elbow, guide the elbow up to the ceiling. You want to prevent this from happening here, so you want to pull your ribs in to keep your spine in neutral so it's safe. Take your inhale here as you exhale, pivot on the ball of your right foot, drop the heel, and open up into Warrior Two with your Gomukrasana arms. Make sure you're not letting the left knee cave in. The left knee needs to keep moving out towards the baby toe side edge of your left foot. Slowly, very carefully release your bind and open up into Warrior Two. Just for a spell, we're going to straighten out the left leg and go right into our Trikonasana on the second side, using your block for support if you need it. You're pulling your left hip back and under you so it's not sticking out towards the back to the long side of your mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bend the left knee. Maybe you need to adjust the arm, maybe you don't. Sweep the right arm around, reach it way to the front of the mat. Really, really stretch. You get the stretch along the right side of the body, and then draw the arm bone into the socket and open up, rolling the right shoulder onto your left for your side angle, or extended side angle rather. On your next inhale, bringing your right hand to the right hip. As you exhale, hop the right foot in, just shorten your stance. Scooch the left hand forward. So you can start with it being in front of the left foot and then move it to the upper left hand corner. Once you've got it in place, transfer the weight into the left leg. So check before you bring the right leg up, check that your block is in place where you need it to be, in line with your shoulder. Then take the hand to the hip if you moved it from there, and use that hand to help you guide the right hip open. So you draw the right shoulder blade back, flex the right ankle, and I want you to like karate kick your right foot away from you as you continue to push the floor away from you and open up towards the long side of your mat. Chest, hips, knees, toes of the right side are all facing forward. You can even float the right arm up towards the sky once you've landed in your pose. Then a bit of a bend in the left knee. If you have a wall, you can do this against a wall to support you. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, right hand to right hip. Carefully rest the right foot down. It's going to be in that warrior two position. Move your block out of your way. Plant the palms. Lift up the right heel. Turn your toes forward. Step back. Downward facing dog. Rest or flow, ladies. This is it. We're getting ready to get into the whole meat and potatoes of our practice. Why we're here. Shift forward into your plank. Lower into your chaturangas. Take your upward facing dog or cobras. Exhale, push your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. So from your downward facing dogs, roll the body forward into a plank. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Good. Take a moment here. You can relax. You can wipe your brow, take a sip of water. We're going to get into a lot of forearm planks and work here before we move into dolphin. But before we get into that, we're going to start with holding Sphinx pose for a little bit, and then we're going to move into the forearm plank. Okay, so take your break. Slow your breath down. You're breathing in and out through your nose. Big inhale and bigger exhales. Now, before you cool off and lose all that wonderful heat that we just created in the body, take one more inhale and exhale here, and then come up onto your forearms. So the thing with dolphin, and if you're taking it into the forearm stand, is you need a strong core, and like I said, you need really strong shoulders, and healthy shoulder girdle. So for Sphinx pose, you're on the forearms, and the elbows are going to be in line with the shoulders, and the wrists in line with the elbows. This is exactly the position you're going to be in with the arms in your dolphin, your Ardha Pincha Mayurasana. Hey, I got it. The thing is, there is a tendency to sink in the shoulders. What I want you to do is to push the forearms down into the ground and lift yourself up. Draw the shoulders back and slide down, and then squeeze into the back of the rib cage. You want to stay solid and connected through the rib cage, through the shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage so you don't sink. Okay? You want to take care of your shoulder joint. So in Sphinx, you're lifting yourself up. Your hands are the elbows are drawing back towards the heels or to the back of the mat as your chest is pulling forward. The legs are relatively relaxed. You're not clenching the butt and over squeezing. And you're lifting yourself up. You can look to the front of your mat or look down at your nose or past your nose for your focal point. Take an inhale, and exhale, release. You can just let the head drop. You can come all the way down for a moment. So now we're going to take it into a forearm plank. So before we get into that, bring the legs together. All the way together. And tuck your toes under. Okay? Now come back into the forearms. And you're going to squeeze the belly, squeeze the legs, squeeze the butt, push down into the forearms and lift your knees off and hold yourself in this forearm plank. You don't want your butt higher than the head. The butt should stay in line with the back of the head. Hold the forearm plank. Elbows are drawn back just as it is space. And you can pull the feet forward towards the elbows so they meet in the middle. Hold it. Squeeze, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the knees and relax. The next one we're going to do is come back to forearm plank. We're going to play with bringing the knee into the tricep or lifting one leg off. Maybe we'll skip the knee to the tricep. We'll leave that for when we're in Dolphin. Yeah, good idea. So come back to your forearm plank. Legs together, toes are tucked, squeeze. Take a big breath in, pull the belly in, exhale, lift. Okay, hold the plank. Now take the right leg off. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the right leg down. Left leg lifts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest the knees. Relax. Breathe. We're nearly there, I promise. We have look at the time. Yeah, we're nearly there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into this dolphin pose. So we're going to come to the hands and the knees for this. The feet are going to be at hips distance, just as you would if you're going into cat-cow. Toes are tucked. Okay? So where your wrists are, you're going to place your elbows. Okay? And again, remember to not sink into the shoulders. You don't want to retract the shoulders. You want to protract. Okay? So from here, let's play with, first of all, just lifting the knees off a little bit so you get an idea of how it's going to feel to hold yourself up in this dolphin pose. And you may have all done it already, but why not reintroduce ourselves to that? So bridge of the hand is down, finger pads are plugging into the mat. Take a big breath in, exhale, squeeze, and just lift the knees off a few inches. Push your floor away from you, hold it. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, so we're gonna go over that again. But this time we're going to straighten the knees all the way out. All right, so get ready. Lock the shoulders in, ribs in. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lift the knees all the way up. Good. So remember, try not to sink. Push the floor away from you, pull the belly in. Push the heels down. Now hold this here. 5, you can look straight down between the elbows. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the knees. From there, we're going to lift back up, take one leg off, then the other leg, not at the same time. We're alternating. And then we're going to try walking the feet in as close as we feel comfortable. If you want to try kicking up, you can take yourself to a wall and try to kick up in it if you want to. Or you can try to take a little hops where you are in your mat. Okay? This is the last set of drills we're going to do, then we're done with this. We're just going to hold dolphin for a few breaths and then we're done. So come back, hands and knees. Drop the elbows where the wrists were, fingers spread wide. You really feel safe and secure here. You're not going to let yourself fall. You're holding yourself up. Toes are tucked. Take a big breath in. Exhale, pull the lower belly, pull the ribs in, lift the knees off. Okay? Take a big breath in, exhale, lift the right leg up. Hold that right leg up, try not to open up the hip. So draw the left hip back, turn the right leg inward, hold it, keep pushing away from the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg down, take a big breath in, exhale, left leg lifts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg comes down and rest the knees. The last one is walking the feet in more and try to take a little hop. If you don't want to take a little hop, you don't have to. Okay, go with how you feel. I promise this is the last one, and then we're just going to rest. Just do some stretching and stuff. In fact, after this last one, you're going to come into child's pose, whether you take it on your back or bring the bum to the heels, okay? So come back onto the forearms. Lock the shoulder blades in place. Squeeze everything, hug into the midline, because the elbows may want to splay, so keep drawing them in towards each other as you're drawing them back. So think of drawing the inner forearms towards each other. Tuck the toes, lift the knees off, walk your feet in. Okay, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the feet back out. I want you to bend the left knee, bring the right leg up, and try a little hop. Doesn't have to be much, just a little hop. Do the same thing on the other side, 5 hops per side. And then come bring the knees down and rest. Good. So either child's pose in the prone position or come onto your back and bring your knees into your chest. So you can take the knees nice and wide if you're on your shins. If you're on your back, you can do it too. And just let the upper body snuggle in between the thighs. You can choose to make a pillow with your hands or make fists and stack them and rest your forehead on the fists and just breathe, relax. Take a big breath in and exhale. You're going to slowly roll up. Those of you that are on your back, stay there. Those of you that were in child's pose, come onto your back. You're going to stretch your legs all the way out. We're moving into banana pose just to get a full side bend here. So take the feet over to the right of the right corner of your mat. And then you're going to wiggle the upper body over to the opposite corner of the mat, the right corner as well on the other end. So you're creating this banana shape of the body. The arms can come along up above the head. And just hold that there so you stretch out the left side of the body. If your arms are tired and you don't want the arms up above the head, you can always bring the arms down and place the hands on the belly. Now, if both of your hips are down and level, you can stay there with this side bend if that feels like enough. But if you want to take this stretch, the side body stretch a little bit deeper, you can cross the left foot over the right at the ankle, as long as it doesn't cause you to roll onto the outer right hip. Okay, you want to stay both butt cheeks firmly planted on your mat. If it feels okay in your neck, you can look over to the left here. If you are looking to your left, turn your gaze back up to the ceiling. Bring the upper body back into the center of your mat, and then uncross the legs if you cross them, or bring the legs back into the middle of the mat. Just pause here for a moment. Maybe give the legs a gentle little shake. And then move them over to your left. Then the upper body follows. Left shoulder blade. You want the shoulder blades to be nice and flat on the back of the rib cage, as well as nice and flat on your mat. And then if it's all right for your neck, look over to your right. Crossing at the ankle, if you can do so without letting your right hip lift. If you're looking to your right, turn your head back to the center. Bring your upper body back into the center, then the legs. Pausing in the middle here just to let the legs relax. So the spine, just take a moment. You can shake the legs out a little bit. Good. And then go ahead and bend the knees. You're going to move into a twist, so just take the bum over to your left and let your knees come all the way over to your right. You can slide the left knee on top of the right. Take the right hand and pull them down to the mat. Just again, making sure that the shoulder blades are supported. If your left shoulder blade is lifting off of your mat, use your towel to help support it so it's not just hanging in space. It'll allow you to relax a bit more if you can get a little bit of support there. And gazes to the left. On your next inhale, bring your knees back to center. Exhale, readjust. Scoot your hips over to the right, lower yourself onto the left. Let your knees follow, stacking the knees, supporting the right shoulder blade if necessary. And the gaze is over to the right. And take an inhale, slowly come back to center. Exhale, let it go. Just taking it into bridge pose. And again, if you have your block, you can make it restorative by sliding it underneath you. But you want the feet to be at hips distance. Take a big inhale, lift the bum up. Exhale, pause. Arms are along the side of your body. You can stay here, or you can wrap your shoulders underneath you and slide them down towards the heels. Interlace your fingers, press down into the forearms and lift the chest up closer to your chin. Be aware of the knees. They like to splay out here. So you want to roll the big toe mound and the inner heel down and then draw the inner thighs in towards each other to prevent that from happening. If you did go for the bind, you're going to release back, walk your shoulder blades back out, the shoulders back out, and then slowly lower down. Walk your feet wider than your hips. Let your knees fall in towards each other. Take a moment here. And if you need to, you can go ahead and draw your knees into your chest, or you can just go right into corpse pose, extending the legs out, one foot each corner of your mat. The arms are slightly away from your body with your palms facing up. However, if you'd be happier on your belly or on your side for Shavasana, that is also available to you. Just take a moment here, scan the body from the crown to the soles of your feet, and just notice if you feel unsettled or uneven. Maybe you need to do another stretch to feel completely at ease and grounded here. Once you feel grounded and connected, go ahead and close the eyes and turn your attention inward, focusing on your breath. Taking in a deep breath in, nourishing the body, and exhaling, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. Continuing to breathe deeply and enjoying the next few minutes of quiet relaxation. Once again, becoming aware of your surroundings, becoming aware of your body on your mat, moving your fingers or moving your toes, just gently starting to wake your body up. You can take a deep breath in and extend your arms above your head, stretching your body out in two opposite directions. Then exhale, side out, let it all go. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a great big hug and squeeze. And then release your feet to the floor and make your way onto your side. And just pause there for a moment. And then you can bring yourself up and come into a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart. I want to thank you all so much for sharing your amazing energy with me this morning and lifting my spirits. And trusting me once again to guide you to your practice today. Be free, be true, and always be you. Namaste.